ArsenalFanTV, yesterday you were saying that it was decent, not so good today.
Yeah, can I ask you one question first? I was watching the videos last night. You didn't ask me the question about Alexis Sanchez. You asked everybody else that question, Rob.
All right, I'll ask you. Is he staying? Do you think he will stay?
I'm going to ask you that question. If Alexis Sanchez walks into Arsene Wenger's office next week and says he wants to transfer to Manchester City, do you keep him or do you sell him? Do you keep an unhappy player for a year who wants to leave? Yes or no?
Me personally, I wouldn't sell him to Man City. But if he come into the office and said he wants to go and PSG want him and they're willing to pay big money for him, I'd sell him. If not, when I look around and I see the players that are available at the moment, that what I'd use that money to replace him with, I'm like, you know, I may as well keep hold of him.
I'm going to wait and see what happens this week. That's my worry. He's going to come in and say, I think it's going to kick off this week, so I'm hoping we keep him. I want him to stay. Got a signed Alexis shirt on my wall, so I don't want him to leave.
I just got the feeling with Alexis, right, that he might stay. I think he might stay and walk away at the end of the season on a free. That's just my opinion at the moment. But
well, I think what Wenger's had the chance over the last year is to convince him to stay by making the signings over the last year to convince him to stay. The problem today was we played against a team who are technically really good. I mean, yesterday it was fast-flowing, perfect football against a Benfica side who are defensively suspect. Now, Sevilla are no mugs, right? And they've got a very good technical side. They've won the Europa League twice, and they had two players in their central midfield today who ran rings around us, who we didn't get close to in that first half. The number 10. Branega, he's absolutely outstanding. We gave him far too much space. In that first half, he made two absolutely brilliant passes. One that put in Yedo when he hit the post, and the second pass that put in Nolito when he should have shot, but he squared it. And he was outstanding. And Zonzi, and they played a midfield three, and Zonzi and Branega, two of those three players who were too sharp for our midfield. And I've said it to you before, that our central midfield is not strong enough.
That's not going to be the midfield come the start of the season, is it? I mean, it's not going to be Willock in the midfield. I mean, you know, he was a bit out of his depth with those sort of guys. Like you said, he's up against top quality guys there in that middle of the park. But I think, you know, had Arsenal had started with their best midfield, I don't think it would have been that way.
Well, we had Xhaka on in the second half and we still lost the game. So Xhaka
he's on for about 15 minutes in the second half.
He's on longer than that, Rob. He was on for about half an hour, and we're still being outpassed by their central midfield. Now, I think going forward for this season, we talked about two central midfielders yesterday. Seri was one of them, and I think that, you know, my thoughts again last night when I got home were turning back to William Carvalho. Now, I think that really what Wenger's got to do this season is that he's got to give the team, instill belief into the team that they can actually work this system. At the moment, we're playing, as DT said, we're playing people in the wrong positions. The back three, we're defensively really poor at the moment, and it's a bit of a worry going into the start of the season. Now, I think that I look at Mourinho, who spent 300 million at Man United in 1 year, but one thing he has done, he's gone out and strengthened the spine of their team. The centre-half position, the guy from Benfica, ironically enough, the guy in central midfield, now he's buying Matic for £50 million, and he's also got Lukaku up front. Now, why has Wenger not looked at the spine of that team? Now, Van Dijk at Southampton is unsettled. Now, a quality centre half. Now, I know you said earlier, we've got lots of centre halves, but a lot of these centre halves are young. Chambers looked good yesterday. We got young people that hold him, finding their way, and Koscielny and Mertesacker comes to the end of their career. Now, one thing that the top managers do is they don't rest on their laurels, Robbie. They go out and strengthen the team. We needed to strengthen the spine. We need a central midfield player who's dominant in that central midfield, who can hold his position, someone like Carvalho, or a box-to-box like Seri. And what we should have this season, particularly going into the tougher games, now we need a solid base. We haven't got it at the moment in this system. He's playing a 3-4-3, but he's playing people in that system. And I don't know really what we've got out of pre-season in this, when we're playing all these different players in these positions they're not used to. I don't think we're benefiting out of it. And I think Lee Judge has made good points today, what I heard. Now, what I would like to see him do is this season, and now Ramsey and Xhaka, and I've already said yesterday, we're not going to get a complete season out of them. He should be looking to buy two midfielders. If Lamar's one of them, Lamar or Seri, and then another holding midfielder, a strong person like Carvalho. I think he's a decent player. Now, if you had strength through the spine of the team with, say, someone like Van Dijk, or a tall, strong centre-half with, say, Mustafi and Koscielny either side, then you had Carvalho in a holding position next to Xhaka, spraying his passes around. Then with the three players up front, hopefully Alexis will stay. We'd have Ozil on one side, Alexis on the other, and we've got Lacazette. Now, Lacazette today showed that he's a predator in the box. Now he showed that one chance he took, right, and after Danny Welbeck scuffed his shot. But the worry for me is that if we lose Alexis, we're going to lose that momentum. But I do feel that going into the new season, I think that he needs to strengthen still. I think that I hate to say it, I look at the pre-season, I think we've wasted the pre-season, Robbie, and we haven't got this team settled right going into the first game of the season. Now, the one thing I want to say is that when we played Leicester City on that Friday night, we played Chelsea next week in the Charity Shield, Leicester City, the whole of the football world will be watching us. We're the first game on that night, and we want to make a good impression. So we want to be right, and what I'm worried about, previous seasons we've gone into these opening games, West Ham at home, Aston Villa at home, Liverpool at home, and we've lost.
I remember.
And we're not. And I think Wenger should be looking at getting this team better structured, better disciplined, and I don't think he's taken the chance. I know you can't play everybody in every single game, but we've missed, and players are coming back from Confederations Cup, and we've got this Alexis situation going on around everything. But I'm worried again. We're going to go into this season disjointed, unstructured. And we're going to make a poor start, and the pressure's going to be on Wenger. But I think one thing he's got to do before this transfer window finishes is get the Lamar deal over the line if he's the one he wants, get a holding midfielder, someone who can play alongside Xhaka in the bigger games. Why not sometimes change formations, go 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3, or when we're playing the stronger sides, or when we go to Man City, Man United or Tottenham away, play with Carvalho next to Xhaka, play the 5 at the back, the 3 centre-halves with the 2 wing-backs, Kolasinac, I hope I've got his name right. Kolasinac and Bellerin going forward, or Ox going forward. Have Carvalho next, or a holding midfielder next to Xhaka. So we've got 5 solid in that area, so we're not so open. And then, these games are settled, tight sort of situations. We hope that Lacazette, Sanchez, and those are going to do their stuff. But as I say, I just hope we're going to get the season off to a good start. We just want to big up Ox today. Now that guy, we've got £100 million worth of talent, right, coming into the last year of their contract. Why are we in that situation? The problem you've got this club, Robbie, is the pay structure. The pay structure is holding us back. We've got people like Gibbs, Jenkinson, Perez, Debussy on about £70,000, £80,000 a week. So who's going to take players on those wages? We can't get them off the books, can we? And that is the problem. And this is a mess of Wenger's own making. And I just hope that, looking at today, we were beaten today. Sevilla are no mugs. Now they're technically good. I knew when he played that team today with players in the wrong position against a really good side, they could have beaten us by more today. And that's we won the cup. It's a sour end to the Emirates Cup weekend. But Wenger's got a lot to ponder, I think, in the next 2 or 3 weeks, right?